Radio.
Suckers never play me.
Yes. That's funny. That's because that's a perfect thing. So I saw Ebro, Laura Rosenberg, and I want to be clear. I actually ended up liking their show once they came to YouTube, but when they got fired from Hot 97, people were happy. You saw dudes like Pete Rock, Saigon, and even Nori wasn't necessarily dissing them, but he said he went to Hot 97. He was happy people from New York were on the air. So was the biggest criticism was that Ebro did not play New York hip hop.
They say Ebro was instrumental in changing the sound of New York radio.
Do you agree?
I'd say so, yeah. At the time when he was in power, a lot of that Atlanta sound and all this other type of shit really started to take control of New York radio. It's like radio used to sound very regional. You go to, especially somebody that travels, you go to one part of the country, another part, you see how New York radio sound like this, and you know what I mean? Down south radio sound like that. Cali's, but dudes like this, once he came in, he really started making it harder for New York artists to get play in their own region.
I saw on his show, he said that they had Arbitron or Nielsen or whatever.
I don't give a fuck about that. They'll always have some sort of bullshit answer of why. Oh, well, we were just going by the demographics and the numbers said that,
That's what he said.
And see, of course. And numbers do lie. See, that's the thing. Numbers never lie. Yeah, Jay-Z, you're wrong. Numbers do lie. You can lie with statistics and all kind of shit all the time. You could fudge numbers. You can make up mathematical calculations to justify any fucking bullshit. That doesn't mean it's real. And so what if you were using Nielsen to show what's popular in other markets? This is where, independent and corporate, or this is where standards, again, come into play. You know what I mean? Even if something is crazy in one, it got so many spins in this market, so what? It doesn't fit in this market, per se. Even though it's doing great over there, and I guess we could force them to like it over here, but does it really, truly, organically fit here? And, the corporate doesn't care what organically fits or not. They don't care if you'll fucking have some sort of rash afterwards. You see what I'm saying? As long as they get their bread and do what the fuck needs to be done. They don't care about the aftermath. And people like Ebro didn't care about the aftermath. And we just feel like, had he been from our area and understood more about New York hip hop and about the standards of New York hip hop, because at the end of the day, this is where the standards of hip hop, period, started from. So if we could have had somebody up there like that, yeah, they doing the corporate thing, but they still understand certain lines you don't cross. There's still a certain balance that we need to have. I think we could have been a little better off.
I think also one thing that happened is Power came, and that was iHeart, and that's like a conglomerate. So I could really picture them, and I'm not saying that to give them any leeway. I think they lost themselves in competing with Power, and were very competitive, and were mad if you showed up to Power and sat down with Power, they wouldn't play your shaking your head. Is that really what happened?
Well, that's what I was hearing. By that time, I'm not even in that
like 2004 or 5.
Right. So I'm not, we're not making contemporary records at that point where that would make a difference for us. Yeah. But I was hearing about shit like that, where they would be mad if somebody goes here and there. Here's the thing. I was happy when they left, because I feel like a lot of these radio personalities have been on the air way too long. A lot, and so it's not just them. that I wanted to see leave. There's people that are still on the radio right now that need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm sorry, and it's nothing personal against you, but how could you live, you were on the radio in the 90s and the 2000s. You was there for all the great when Rockefeller and all that was coming up to Hot 97 and doing freestyles and Dipset and all this type of shit. And now you're forced to play the Migos and Lil Nas X and act like you like it? Like, no way. Like, you're up there strictly for the check, and it reeks of it. Like how are you even enjoying yourself playing this new music? Like, knowing where you come from. And I'm talking about the Funkmaster Flexes. I'm talking about the Angie Martinezes. I'm talking about a bunch of people that's been here for too long. And I'm not saying that y'all need to not have a career and all that type of shit. Y'all need to go to an age-appropriate radio station. We now have 97.1 and all of that type of shit. Or 94.7, I'm sorry, The Block.
Fire.
Fire!
I listen to that.
That's the only radio station I listen to on terrestrial radio if I'm not listening to Sirius. So, what I'm saying is those type of DJs need to be on a station like on that station or a new station like that. You see what I'm saying? We need another one because we could have another 94.7 The Block that would do just fine in this area as well. I think there's enough of us that would fuck with that.
Yeah.
But for you to be on this young boy, on these young people, contemporary hip hop, when you're playing Tekashi 6ix9ine, you're playing Tyler the Creator, and you're trying to fake act like you like it. That's what's pissing me off. Where you're acting like you're really up on it. Oh yeah, I love his new album. Like, if you don't shut your dumb ass up, you know you don't love that shit. You fucking saying that shit because you need to keep your fucking job, and I hear you. But time's up.
Got it.
Time's up. Go do some other shit and talk about the type of hip hop that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, catch Ebro on YouTube. That's where they have their show now.
Right, and it probably is much better. Listen,
Yeah,
I've
way
had
better.
Rosenberg on my show. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a good guy, and I've told him to his face what I thought about him and all this type of shit. But it's nothing personal. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing personal with me. When I say certain shit, when I give my critique about certain shit and certain people, it's never with any real malice or hatred. It's just, it is what it is. I'm just giving my observation.
But it hurts because you're a rapper from a great group.
Right.
So it's different when you say it. I see this with Joe Budden, where it's like, oh, you were like a well-known lyricist. So the way I take it, it's like when NBA players, when somebody like Charles Barkley says some shit, it hurts versus like Skip Bayless. So that's why I think no matter what you say, it's going to land different. That's the thing.
So,
and Rosenberg was a white hip hop fan. I think that hurts him when somebody like Pete Rock or you says something. It don't know.
Right. Well, but at the same time, we are the standard bearers. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we got to say something. You know why? Because people like him will cross the line and feel like they've been in the game long enough, or where their voice really matters. You understand what I'm saying? like as if his voice could ever be more substantial than mine. And I don't give a fuck how many radio shows you end up doing, how much money you make.
That's what he would say, though. He always brings that up. Like, I played real hip hop records at night. You don't respect that, Lord Jamar?
No. I mean, in a way I do, but at the same time, so what? That doesn't give you the right now when we start debating on whatever in hip hop, whether this should be here and this, you now shut your mouth. You don't have any say so in what goes where in the house, where we hang this fucking picture if that couch gets moved over, shh. Again, you're just a guest here.